Well, okay, so the BMW one hits home for me. So I love cars. And I saw that and I was like, I like if they actually do that, I will never buy a BMW. Like they're
Right,
out because
right.
that is, but then Porsche, I like Porsches a lot. Porsche monetizes everything. Like you want a different color stitching, or you want a little leather thing for your key fob. It's an extra $400, but I'll buy it because I like Porsche and but like they're not forcing me to. So the piece that I want to discuss in there, that how could BMW have done something more interesting because they didn't know their customer. I think secretly when I read that, I was like, they knew they were going to get a bunch of heat for it. Pardon the pun. Um, they knew they were going to get a bunch of heat for it, but they also, I think they're going to continue with it. I think they're going to wait for this to subside and they're going to do something else. And they're just going to be like, yep, that's who we are. Like, if you want our product, you're going to go with it. What do you think, like what is something, because I don't think they paid attention to their market base. There is something that BMW users would have paid for in a subscription base that would not have given them the negative press. Any
Right.
ideas
Yes.
on that?
Well, I mean, just off the top of my head, like, so thinking about like Sirius XM as an example, right? Like you want to be able to have an extra special radio that's available in your car, right? That's something people are willing to pay for. When I first saw it, I thought of, what would be a really cool subscription is if Mercedes just made it so that you subscribe to a program and you had a different car every 3 months or every 6 months, almost like a lease agreement, right? Where you're just swapping out cars. I love this car, but I want to try a different color this month, or I don't want different horsepower or a different model, right? So I think understanding like what people want out of their car, whether that's a different guidance system, whether that's your road tripping, whether you want access to, something what might be interesting is like access to different gas, right? Like they make a deal with Chevron where if you subscribe to them, you get 10 cents off a gallon or all your Chevron, gas company. So it's that idea of understanding like, what do these consumers want? What are they trying to get more out of their car? And what can we offer them that they're going to find value that we can charge them for? That to me, it's like the money comes after the fact, right? It's not the first part. It's, Porsche is coming from the perspective of like, we're just going to charge for this stuff. And that's fine. Like you said, like people know that
Right.
it's fine. But the idea that I have to subscribe to something, like for me, a good brand example is Fabletics, right? So they make shorts. I'm a big Kevin Hart fan, and he's part of their team.
Yeah.
And they have these really cool ads. They look super, super comfortable. When I went to go shopping, though, it was like you have to subscribe to get this stuff. So you only are going to get it on a subscription. And for me as a consumer, I'm really conscientious about my thighs. Like I'm going to have to try it on before I subscribe to something, right? I'm not going to do that. So they missed me in that regard. Now, if they had an easy to buy one-time option and then they want to upsell me to a subscription, they might get me. Now, that's not to say they're not being successful. They're getting millions in sales and stuff because they're doing it that method. But that's the mentality we should be thinking about is this something that people actually want to subscribe to? Or is this something that people, is that something people want? If they want, can I figure out what price point or what value option I can give them so that they'll subscribe to it?
Are you looking to scale your business but trying to figure out how to get your message across? Well, go to storyselling.how to grab my free course that will show you how to discover everything that you need to build your business through stories. These stories work whether it's in social media, email, or public speaking. There are 5 core stories that you'll learn. You'll be able to use all of them by the time you're done with this course. Again, that is storyselling.how. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to tune in next time.